a look and I'm like, it could be Prada. Hey guys, what is up? My name is Michaela Smith Campbell, the fashion designer and founder for the fashion design brand MACK Smith, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be going over some of the set looks for the movie The Devil Wears Prada 2 that's currently filming right now in New York City, set to premiere on May 1st, 2026 next year. I am so excited to be going over today's video because I'm a huge fan of the movie. Being somebody who grew up in the early 2000s and watching movies that were one of the it girl movies or rom-coms or those fashionable movies, I was a huge fan of the Devil Wears Prada 1 movie that came out. So I'm so excited to be going over some of the looks that I have seen on set through paparazzi photos with you guys. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and also give this video a thumbs up as well. So first and foremost, we have to give a nod to the wardrobe stylist as well as the costume designer for the movie, Molly Rogers. Molly Rogers was also the stylist for Devil Wears Prada 1 as well as Sex and the City. So seeing her pieces of work throughout other films, I mean, we already know that she has a great resume. So I am really, really excited to see the looks and the wardrobe in this upcoming movie. Of course, I only got some of the looks I was able to see through paparazzi photos. Not all of the scenes and looks are in this video. I'm sure there's also a lot of private filming, but these looks that I'm going over are just some of my favorite looks that I have been seeing along with you guys. To start off, I had to start off with no one other than, of course, Meryl Streep, the main character. She also plays Miranda, who is the head editor-in-chief of the fashion magazine for her character. For this first look, Meryl Streep is seen wearing a Sasufi coat, a Morden shirt, Max Mara pants, a Mark Cross portfolio case, Tiffany & Co. sunglasses, as well as Jacquemus shoes. I love the pops of color that the stylist Molly Rogan is working with because it's a beige and navy blue outfit. If you already know from watching my previous videos, beiges and navy blues work so beautiful together. And she's definitely utilizing this color tone combination in this suit alone. And I love the Max Mara pants because you have one leg that's a dark navy blue and then the other leg that's beige. And then she paired it with a pop of color, a bright red heel. And I love these kitten heels because you can see on the front, it has like this folded fabric detailing on it, which makes it look so much more interesting. And again, you guys, I always say it's the little details that make the outfit so much more phenomenal. This overall look is just giving really cool chic, and I honestly love the representation of older women being styled in higher end fashion and just cooler fashion and style. I don't think that older women get enough representation when it comes to the fashion industry in terms of modeling and styling a lot of these cool edgy looks. So I'm really happy that the wardrobe stylist really did elevate Meryl Streep's look. And of course, the famous iconic swoop in the pixie cut hair. I love the side bangs. Character Miranda, she just keeps her hair an icy white color, which makes it so much more cooler and unique and edgy. And I also love the idea of this briefcase because that's another huge trend that we're seeing on the runways are the slouchy oversized bags. And I love the slouchy bag look just on the side, just the way you can hold it. It just seems it's more on the go. So for this next look, it's also very comfortable. Meryl Streep is seen wearing a Ladman coat, a Gabriella Hearst skirt, a Peronza Scowler belt, as well as Gucci shoes and Jimmy Choo sunglasses. You guys, I love the sunglasses on Miranda, Meryl Streep's character. Throughout the movie, even in the first movie, we've seen Miranda every time she steps outside and she's inside throughout some of the scenes, she always wears shades, like she doesn't want to be bothered. And it almost reminds me of Anna Wintour. I don't know if honestly, if her character is played and based off of Anna Wintour, the editor-in-chief of Vogue, who now recently actually stepped down, so she's no longer the editor-in-chief. But I don't know if her character is based off of Anna Wintour, because as you know, Anna Wintour also has a signature bob hairdo, as well as her signature shades. No matter where she goes, she's always wearing the shades Anna Wintour, especially when she's out and about, out of her office. And that's what Meryl Streep's character, Miranda, is giving. And so many of these looks, she has these shades, which is so cool. I love them. It's so chic and elevated, but yet so simple. I really love this look also because it seems like the wardrobe stylist is carrying the idea of color blocking. So we're seeing a lot of beige tones and lighter brown and terracotta browns in this look, and I love the pop of color. Again, you have the purple pop of color. It's very subtle, but it's also very interesting, and it just adds a more intricate layer of detail to the outfit. And I'm honestly loving the skirt. It's a leather skirt. Everything on the outfit is very flowy and comfortable, but it just adds that balance of structure with the flowiness, so it looks put together. So this next look on Meryl Streep, it's a red dress. I couldn't figure out what designer it was, you guys. By the looks of it, I almost want to say it's a Dior from the classic silhouette I'm looking at. Dior is known for their bodices, and just the tapering in the waist is giving very Dior. I could be wrong, but let me know in the comments below if you guys found the designer of this dress. And this certain dress, you guys, I love. It's a bright red dress, and it's very symbolic for the concept The Devil Wears Prada. It could be actually a Prada dress too. That'd be really cool if it is like a nylon Prada dress, because it actually does look like a nylon fabric. That could be very symbolic to the title, The Devil Wears Prada. That'd be super, super cool. I've been trying to look and I'm like, it could be Prada. This was shot on the scene of the Met steps, and I believe for this certain scene in the movie that's currently filming, it looks like they're replicating a Met Gala, which is a huge fundraising event for the Met Museum that Vogue puts on every year. So because she's one of the biggest fashion editors of the top fashion magazines in the movie, she could be like the Anna Wintour for this gala, for this scene, because it's on this famous Met Gala steps. And it's a blue carpet, and you see so many of the paparazzis on the side. It's set up exactly like the Met Gala steps. So I'm wondering if there's a scene in the movie that replicates the Met Gala. I think it's gonna be super exciting to see all the looks as, you know, the filming goes on and we see the movie. Super excited for this scene. She paired her dress with Jacob & Co earring. So I honestly love this look. Beautiful part about this red dress is the structure on top. The dress seemed very corset-like. And I love how on the neckline, it's a soft neckline, and the fabric on the neckline is folded and yet twisted. But as the neckline goes into the shoulders are just so big, they broaden, and they're so structured, and they sit near her face, which frames her face even more so. Your eye is met at her face because it frames her face beautifully. And I think this was such a cool dress. And of course, this has a long gathered train. I love a good train. So next up, we are moving on to the actor Stanley Tucci. And I honestly love this suit. There wasn't too many pictures of him on the streets during the filming process, but this one I did get. I love him in a suit. I had to add him to this list. He is seen wearing a Tumble and Asir shirt, Magani shoes, a Berluti briefcase, David Yurman jewelry, as well as Tom Ford sunglasses. So for this look, my favorite thing are the accessories, both the shoes and the briefcase. I love how the wardrobe stylist, Molly Rogers, she didn't give matchy-matchy. I think for a lot of men, they don't always utilize briefcases or bags enough. And I love this briefcase, you guys. I love how she opted for a different color tone, like the olive green for this briefcase, because it just complements the gray suit so well, and it's so clean. It's giving elevated style with your work office wear. And you guys, this suit with the shoes, I love the ombre shoes. The beige just goes into a darker brown and black color. It just is so beautiful. It's that little detail that tips the outfit into a different edge. Of course, he has a matching handkerchief and tie. I'm loving the chic Tom Ford glasses. Of course, this is a fashion movie, so you have to have these elevated looks. And I'm loving too, just looking at the designers, that the wardrobe stylist chose to do higher luxury brand and the more middle ground fashion brand. I love that mix of high-low styling, and I honestly admire how the wardrobe stylist and costume designer didn't just choose all high-end luxury brand to play it safe. She went into getting a lot of different designers from all different backgrounds. I also want to mention, again, this is another color combination that we said was going to be huge in trends, and that is the gray tones. And this is more so of a heathered gray color with the browns. A beautiful, beautiful combination. And I love the touch of olive green with the briefcase in there. It just ties it so well. So for the next character, of course, I had to add the actress Anne Hathaway's character, Andrea, for this list, because of course she's also one of the main characters in this film. What I've noticed throughout a lot of Anne Hathaway's looks for her character, Andrea, throughout a lot of these different paparazzi shots, her character seems a lot more laid back. She's just wearing her hair out. She no longer has bangs. Her hair is loose. And a lot of these looks just look so comfortable and just carefree. So I'm really excited to see the direction of her character, where she is at in her life, and if she's still heavily involved in the fashion industry or not. And I'm honestly just making a lot of these predictions just looking at the wardrobe. A lot of wardrobe and style can tell you a lot about a person or a specific character's role. So I feel like some of these might be spoiler alerts as I go on. But honestly, guys, that's the fun of it, and that's the fun and the beauty of fashion and film. It just tells you so much about a person, their personality, their character. So going into this first look worn by Anne Hathaway, she is wearing Golden Goose boots, a Coach bag, a Barton Piera pair of sunglasses, and a Gemma Wynn necklace. I'm really curious to see again the designer for this suit. It might be different mix match pieces from different designers. Comment below if you guys do recognize some of the items for designers. But I'm honestly loving this girl boss suit. From when we left off in the first movie, she walked away from Miranda after Miranda messed up Nigel in that deal. I wonder if she went off to create her own brand or her own business, because a lot of these looks are very business structured style looks. So I'm curious to know. I feel like just by looking at the outfit, the plot and the line of the story is kind of self-telling just by some of the looks. But who knows? I can't wait until May 1st of next year to see. This look I love. It's a gray and black look. Very business wear attire. She has her hair down. A lot of these looks throughout the colors go well together. It seems very relaxed to fit, and I love the cowgirl boots that are tied with this look. The cowgirl boots are very different. You naturally wouldn't wear cowgirl boots with a suit, so I love that twist and edge to this look. I think it's sharp, easygoing, but yet sophisticated. This next look that Anne Hathaway is wearing is another suit, but this suit is a lot more toned down. But we can see that Anne Hathaway is wearing a vintage Jean Paul Gaultier vest and pants, Saint Laurent boots, the same Coach bag, LGR sunglasses, and again, the same necklace as well. And you guys, this is a toned down version. This is as if she's leaving work and getting ready to go about her day. And I love how this vest doesn't have a blouse underneath it. I think that's what makes it a little bit more personal and casual as well. The matching vest and pants by Jean Paul Gaultier. I love the pinstripe look. This is a dark navy blue pinstripe look. I think it's simple. Again, she's sticking with the dark colors for this character. So I'm really curious to see like if her character is going to be more diluted, or is she more in a boss vibe executive position where maybe it's not a fashionable position, so you don't see much color on her at this point of filming and in the movie. Ooh, this next look is definitely quite opposite of dark. It's an all white look that Anne Hathaway is sporting. She's wearing a faux philo t-shirt, Nilly Loughton pants, Prada shoes, and the same Barton Pierre sunglasses, as well as the Simone Rocha necklace. I love Simone Rocha. I love her. She's like one of my top favorite designers. I honestly love this look. This is giving a more simplified, minimal look. And we're not seeing crazy colors. We're not really seeing any color so far from these shoots on filming for this character, Andrea. For those fans who have also watched the first movie, Andrea, she hasn't really been a fashion type of girl until she started working for Miranda. Then she upped her fashion game. So she still looks like she still has some fashion game just by looking at these shorts, but it's more muted. We don't see crazy sequins yet in this point of filming. I'm loving this look. This is giving clean, minimal, casual, easygoing. I even love the kitten heels, how they almost look like pointy blocks towards the toe area as well. And then lastly, for Anne Hathaway's character, of course, I had to add this blue, beautiful sequin dress that just draped so elaborately over her figure. And Anne Hathaway is seen wearing a Rabanne dress and bag, as well as a Renee Cavallo pair of shoes. You guys, we're seeing an all blue look. This is giving very minimal. We just see one color, just like our last look with just one color of all white. We're seeing one color of all blue. I love how her hair and her makeup is styled for this look. I think it's very simple, but yet the sequin dress is doing just enough. And this sequin dress is honestly giving Sex in the City. I feel like I could see Carrie Bradshaw wearing this throughout the city with like one of those oversized fur floor-length jacket. Every time I see a loose dress like this, I think of a Carrie Bradshaw moment. Granted, the wardrobe stylist and costume designer did also work on the set of Sex and the City, but I'm loving this dress, you guys. The sequin dress, especially when you're wearing a full sequin dress, it can go really bad quickly, but the way this is styled on Anne Hathaway, she has a simple hairdo, her makeup is simple, and then she has simple strap heels. I think it's beautifully, it looks great on her, her skin tone, her skin complexion with the sequin blue. This blue sequin dress Anne Hathaway is wearing, 10 out of 10. I think the waterfall gathering of the lower half of the dress is beautiful. It just flows just perfectly. It's not doing too much, and it's also making such a statement. The fact that it's just plain sequin, and I'm loving the metal chain bag as well as paired with this. I think it's just an extra detail that elevates this outfit to a whole different level. So for these next couple of looks, these looks are for characters that are completely new to the film. I haven't seen them in Devil's Wear Prada 1, so I'm super excited to see them for this second film for the movie. And the first actress whose look we'll be evaluating is Simone Ashley's look. I'm a huge fan of hers. I love her work in season 2 of Bridgerton. And honestly, you guys, I'm loving this dress. This dress is a Mons dress, and I love the preppy schoolgirl look it gives. We have transparent stockings that are knee-high. For this heel, I love this heel. It's a patent leather black heel. I love the pointed toe, and the little strap gives it a Mary Jane schoolgirl effect. And I love how it's paired with this dress. It's a beautiful canvas looking dress, and if you look close on the details of the dress, it's almost has a UFO alien kind of sighting landscape printed on top of the dress. I love the canvas look this dress has because it has some fringe on the top where the neckline is, as well as the bottom hem of the dress. There are little pieces of twill and fringe on it, so I love that little extra detail. And of course, on top, it has black leather straps with silver buckle hardware. I think that that contrast is just so unique, so different, and so cool. And of course, there's a crisp white blouse underneath with beautiful wide collars. I love these collars. They're so dramatic. And I feel like if you're gonna do a blouse with collars, the collar should always be crisp, stiff, and wide. I also just love the sleeves. The sleeves look like there's a lot of wiggle room. It's not tight, it's slightly poofy, but yet still functional as well. And just her hair pinned back so beautifully. You can just see her face framed, and I love the little added pin accessories in her hair, the barrettes. The next look is still Simone Ashley wearing archival Jean Paul Gaultier couture. She is seen wearing this black dress on the famous, infamous blue carpet scene that we referenced Meryl Streep previously in her red dress. So I'm assuming this might be the Met Gala replica scene for the movie. And it's styled with a Raf New York clutch. There's so many details on this whole look. The clutch is so beautiful. It literally looks like just a glass clutch with gold trim hardware as frames on it. It's so artistic, and just the little details. I mean, granted, this might be a replica of the New York Met Museum gala that Vogue puts on. So of course you have to go very artistic in the direction of style for this certain scene. Her hair is slicked back and it looks like there's some chopsticks in her hair, which is super cool. I love the structure that this dress gives on the neckline area. I love how it's almost like a wired, sheer, transparent moment. On the mesh, there's sewn little gems and jewels. I think it's so gorgeous. And I find it interesting that this dress is super short. It's about knee length. It's interesting that this is knee length because it's not giving main character vibes like Miranda, obviously. It's giving more so an intern or an assistant or a new person that just started working at this big fashion magazine, adding to the plot in this film. So I'm very interested to know what her character is just by looking at her wardrobe choices. I'm loving this look, even the black stockings. There's so many metallic little silver beading, especially by the heel area on the toe. It looks like there are some crystals sewn into her shoes. I don't know if this is a shoe legging kind of garment on her pants, you know, like those pants that are attached to shoes. This almost looks like it could be that moment, or it could just be silver metallic black stockings with crystal embellished shoes. The next guest I had to go over that is a newer character on this film that I did see in one of the paparazzi photos is Sierra. And the artist Sierra is also seen wearing an archival Jean Paul Gaultier gown and Roger Vivier shoes. Again, you guys, we're seeing an all black moment. And with this look, we're seeing an all black look. And it looks like there's a lot of beading and some metallic, black metallic that we're seeing on this look. She has a beautiful bone structure and broad shoulders. So this look is really emphasizing her broad shoulders. Seeing a short sleeve, what appears to be a net-like mesh kind of material for sleeves on the dress, and the neckline is very high as if it's a turtleneck, which I love, a high mock neck. My favorite part about Sierra's look are the hips on the dress, and these are like sculpted ropes and wiring on the hip area of the dress, which I thought was super cool. This is going by the more artistic kind of design and element into their fashion style choices. So I'm loving this style choice for her. And of course you have the slick back hair, which really elevates her beautiful bone structure. And this whole dress paired with the open-toed strap heels just wraps in so beautifully. There's so much detail, but it's all black, so it goes well together. It's not doing too much. There's slight metallic and sequin and beaded gems throughout the dress. This looks like a beautiful sculptural outfit with so much detail. You just have to take your time to really look at it. And of course, it has the long, beautiful train because this is a gown. This is the Met Gala looking scene, which we can only predict at this point. Nonetheless, I love it. It's on a carpet. 10 out of 10 this look. The next new character that we are seeing on this film so far is the supermodel Ashley Graham. I love her. And for this look, she is wearing a Christian Siriano gown, Saint Laurent shoes, and Capola Tapo earring or Tapao earring. This is a all black look, all black gown, and my favorite part about this gown detailing from Christian Siriano is the fact that it's a beautiful, elegantly laced gown, which is very see-through and transparent, and on the side of her hip on this gown is a huge luscious black ruffle on the side that just drags. I love the drama of this dress. I love the fact that there are some metallic embellishments on the neckline area and throughout the dress, and I'm just loving the smoky eye look, the big oversized earrings with the little swoosh in her hair. I think the hair, the makeup, and the dress just blended in so beautifully together on her. This look for me is a 10 out of 10. And of course, for the last actress, we are going to be going over actress Emily Blunt, who plays Emily Charleston character in this Devil Wears Prada 2 film. Her character has been my favorite throughout all of these looks that I have been seeing on set of filming in New York City, because I think it's very clean cut, it's very fashionable, it gives businesswoman but as well as fashion, and very much so on the go. Starting with this first look, she is wearing a Dior shirt, bag, and sunglasses with a Weidenhof bustier top, Jean Paul Gaultier pant, as well as Brennan Blackwood shoes. And this look is definitely a businesswoman on the go. I'm loving the pinstripe bustier that replicates one of those business wear vests. It's a bustier on top, but it's a vest on the bottom. And I love the corset detail of the bustier. As you go down by the waist, it turns into this beautiful button-up vest, which I do love, love, love on her. It's paired with a beautiful white blouse. And I love on the blouse, you can see the word Dior. It just looks so subtle. The Dior, it's big words, but because it's covered up with the bustier on top, she wants you to know that she's a fashion girl, not just businesswoman, but also a fashion girl. Instead of picking a regular white plain button-up blouse, she decided to go with one that said Dior on it because of course it's adding into the movie, the fashion film theme. So I'm loving that. And then this whole pinstripe look, I mean, I think the pinstripe look is just, you can't go wrong with any pinstripe look on a woman. I love seeing a business suit on a woman. What really gets me for this look, it's very artistic in structure. Just looking at the shoes, I love these Brennan Blackwood shoes because it gives a very sculptural silhouette detail. And these are just regular black pointed toe shoes, but I love the wedge detailing on the bottom. I think they're phenomenal. And of course we have the oversized slouchy bag, and I love these kind of bags because they're very functional as well as fashionable, and they give that beat up distressed look. I love a great slouchy bag, which is a huge trend that we're seeing this year alone. So this look for Emily Blunt, 10 out of 10. So for this next look, I am loving the blonde bob, and I wonder if during filming, if this is just for a specific maybe meeting that her character had in the film shooting this, or I wonder if she went through a transition with having her signature red hair and then now it's cut off and it's blonde. So I wonder if her character goes through some kind of transition. For this look, she's seen wearing a Coach sweater, a Maison Margiela skirt, Convito Rossi shoes, and Dior sunglasses. I am seeing so much Dior throughout these shots during their filming in New York City. Dior is such a classic staple. And I thought I honestly would be seeing a lot more Prada just by going off of the film's title, The Devil Wears Prada. So one of my favorite details about this outfit is the crystal necktie. I just think it looks so chic, so fashionable. And for me, I love a good statement piece. I love, love, love a good statement piece. And I think if you're gonna do a statement piece, this is how you style it and you do it. I think Molly Rogan did a great job with this look. It's also very comfortable, chic. It's not very much business, but I think she tried to incorporate an element of business attire feel and aesthetic by adding a necktie to the Coach sweater. Underneath the sweater, there's like a black blouse. As you can see, the collar to it. So it does add a more business professional element to the outfit. It's obviously not a whole entire business outfit. I'm loving the platform heel loafers. By looking at these platform heel loafers, it's giving schoolgirl. I'm loving the blonde bob. I'm really interested in seeing why her character has a blonde bob. Okay guys, so that concludes today's video on looks and outfits that we've been spotting throughout the streets of New York City during the filming of The Devil Wears Prada 2, which drops on May 1st of next year, 2026. Super excited to see all the looks, all the outfits in the movie. Comment below if you guys also love that movie and you guys are gonna watch it too when it does drop on the 1st of May next year. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and also give this video a thumbs up as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.